Hello, everyone, and welcome in today to a very special episode of Jason Adams. I've recorded this now twice, and earlier I had like a big crumb in my beard. There was like this big crumb, and I looked at my camera like, is that a crumb in my beard? I was 4 minutes in and I thought, well, I better record this one. I better re-record. Anyways, this is my final time of doing it. I want to welcome everyone in. Thank you so much for stopping in today. You will not believe the consignment that came in. Look at me struggle for this box. Look at this consignment that came in. This should be the thumbnail. That's the thumbnail that I should use right there. So the lady that sent this to me in the mail, she lives in Cottonwood, Arizona. I know you watch my channel, and I want to thank you so much for trusting me with your mother's jewelry. She sent me photographs, and she said, do you think you could liquidate these items for me? And I said, I would be absolutely honored to do so. So when we say we take consignments, we look for specific things because we have specific buyers. And I've now been selling for 31 years, so I've built this database of what my customers really look for, both in antiques, decorative arts, antique quilts, lighting, jewelry, coins, Indian artifacts, you name it. But this box was going to be totally loaded with treasures. I know there's gold in here, so I can't do like the big shocked face, you know. Haven't gotten into it, but the photos were very minimal. She only sent me 2 or 3. I think it was 3. And I saw some things and I said, please just bundle it all together and send it to me. I never expected over 10 pounds. I think it's like 10 pounds, 10 pounds, 8 ounces. Anyways, I am absolutely excited about this. Most of the items in this sort will be coming to Bully Run Coffee. So please go over to Bully Run Coffee on YouTube. That is the YouTube channel. So type in the search box, Bully Run Coffee, and please subscribe to Jeremy's channel. And then also, if you want to register for our Buy It Now sales that are on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there is the information. Take a screenshot of that and just go ahead and send that over to Jeremy, and he'll get you registered. Enough of the camera up. You don't need to see my face. You don't need to see my hands. You need to see what's inside of this box. I'm going to move you down. Thank you again so much for joining in. And if you see my next video, it's going to be awesome because my car is full from the flea market today. I bought so much stuff out at the flea market at Hartville. And to the 16 or 17 people that I met today that are viewers of my channel that came up to me, thank you so much for making me feel like a rock star today. It was amazing to meet you in real life. It was a pleasure to meet all of you. So thank you so much for, not being afraid to say hello. I had some really great conversations today, and you did encourage me to continue this journey on my channel. My diamond ring today, right there, it's a tiny little baby diamond. And then this one as well. So that's, those are my rings of choice today out at the flea market. I don't know why, I just did it. Anyways, thank you so much as I continue to fidget with my shirt because it's not fitting right today. So I'll take your camera down. Thank you again so much for joining in. I really appreciate your time. Be right back with ya. All right, I hope the lighting is okay. I am in the studio, so I can't really tell if it's too dark. Just bear with it if it is. I'm sorry if it's not perfect, but the outside is really overcast right now. Anyways, I cut along the seams, and let me make sure that we can get this off of here. And I don't want to show an address. Sorry to jostle the camera. I'm not one to hear the sounds of packing tape, to be honest. Here we go. We are in. Here we go. We are in, baby, in. There we go. Let's fold this down. And let's just get rid of this whole big thing. I cannot believe I'm so excited about this. And let me get this out of here. I think it's stuck on the bottom of the box. I should have done this off camera. I'm not one for bloopers. I don't like it. So here we go. And thanks again for everyone new here. Let's get in this. I think we've got, let's make sure here. I got to be smarter than the box. I hope we're on the right, I hope it's on the right side. Let me make sure that there's no note in here. I just want to make sure that this consigner didn't shove a note in because I don't like personal things. We should be okay. We should be okay. It should work. Oh, my. Let me move that up for you. And I will take the items out. If we have rings, I'll put them on the little stands so you can see those. What I don't have out on my desk, I have my scale and I have my loop over here. But what I don't have out on my desk is my mandrel. So I won't be able to tell you sizes. Let's put the tray here and do it this way. Let's just get into the first one and see what we got. Make sure that, oh, Uh-oh. I already can tell that there's gold rings in here. Boy, I sure hope that chain is gold. Oh. Darn. Let's see what's in here. All right, guys, stay tuned because let's see what this is. Oh, those might be some little gold chains. I'm going to have to test those. Those are probably gold, so that's got to be already checked. This is going to be exciting. Yeah, you can already tell. Here, I'll bring it up to the camera. You can already tell that there's gold rings in here, which is just by sight. Yeah, there's at least 1, 2, 3, 4. There's at least 4 gold rings already. So, and again, if you are watching this, thank you for trusting me with your mother's heirlooms. I really appreciate it. I do get emotional when I think about how many people I've helped throughout the years, and it just gets me going. This is a very handsome watch. I'll do some research on that. Let's see. Oh, we got a race car. Oh, it's an Accutron. We got a race car on the outside of the house. That's what happens when you live in the city. This is a 25-year... Oh, interesting. 25-year of Standard Oil presented to... Is this gold? Hold on. No, it's steel-backed. It's Bulova. It was done in... There goes another race car. It's done, it was done for 28 years of service. It was presented in 1971. Let me cover up the gentleman's name. So there you go, Standard Oil. And this is a Bulova Accutron. That is a stunning and handsome watch. So there you go. We'll do some research on that. A lot of watches have tremendous value. Let's see, the pendant is definitely plated. So that is gold plated, sand dollar. We will double check this chain, but according to that clasp that says, hello, I'm not gold. Now, sometimes these clasps are replaced from here to here. I've seen it so many times through the years. I will double check this chain and make sure that that's not 14 karat. Please slow down and don't judge a chain by its clasp. Please don't do that, okay? Because you can make a really big mistake. And then this one is just probably nickel silver. Yeah, that's definitely nickel silver. Probably like Bell Trading Post. Oh, it's signed on the back. It's most certainly Bell Trading Post. There you go. Nickel silver, Bell Trading Post. Yep. I've seen that so many times. Now, these are probably sterling. And this is how fast I can kind of do the sort. And then, of course, I go back through. These are costume. So hopefully I find the mates to these. But these are definitely costume with the backs like that. I always go slow, but I know it right away. Let's see here. So we've got silver on this side. These are definitely gold. This looks sterling, but it's also the way that's soldered together. That's got to be 14 karat the way that's soldered together. Let me look at my loop. And thank you again so much for joining in today. I forgot to welcome everyone. And thank you for hitting the subscribe button. This is 14 karat. This one definitely looks 14 karat. And look at that. Yep, by Hammond, 14 karat gold. And that is a CZ in the center of it. And a beautiful mounting, though, for 14 karat white gold. Really stunning. This one's probably sterling. So these look like these are all sterling. I will double check these. I will slow down and go slow and double check to make sure that all of these are sterling silver and not gold. Let me look at this one. Wait 1 second. I kind of like the way that this is soldered together. And as a metalsmith, you know, a lot of you are now learning about the solder seams. And so many people early on said, what are you saying about solder seams? Well, go back to my early videos because I show you up close the way things are soldered together. Both of these are sterling silver. I love the modernist, kind of bold 1980s style of that mounting. Look how dirty my hands are from the flea market. Of course, my nail polish is all chipped off too. So maybe someone could send me a super chat and I can get a manicure. Someone came into my last video and they said, I can't stand your videos because I can't stand the nail polish. And I'm like, then you're just not the right fit for my channel, you know? I don't know what to tell you, Tiffany, and her name wasn't Tiffany, but anyways, I just said, I don't know what to tell you, girl. I'm not going to change now. It's been 51 years the same way. Why would I change now? Especially for a stranger. Let's see here. There's a possibility that the way this is constructed, no, this is sterling. So that is a sterling eternity band. A lot of times these, in my past video on eternity bands, you'll see that a lot of times these are in platinum and white gold. This one's sterling silver. Okay, so this whole side of the tray is sterling. Absolutely guaranteed sterling. I didn't miss anything. That's how quick I do it. These are definitely gold. So these two are 14 karat white gold. I could tell by the color of the metal. So that leans a little yellow, but these are marked 14 karat, absolutely guaranteed 14 karat. I will double check them with my acid and my stone, but those are 14 karat gold. And let's see this one. I cannot believe this box already. If this is the way this box is going to be, it is going to be more than one video. I can promise you that. 10 karat gold PSCO on this one. Looks to be a little citrine, and that is 10 karat gold, a very small size ring. Very, very tiny size on that one. You can tell that this one is 14 karat gold, and I'll make sure it's signed on the inside, but you can tell by the color and the way this is cast. You can tell it's not plated. It just has that look and the feel, and it's heavy. TCJ something 10K. 10 karat gold, so not 14, but 10 karat. It might be a higher karat gold than 10, but it's marked 10 karat. So that I'll definitely check. Most certainly looks 14 karat to me. This one, this might be plated, and it may not be. Let's see what we've got for marks on the inside. Thanks again for joining in. I try and do this as fast as humanly possible because I never want to bore anybody. It looks as though there is a small maker's mark and then AZ. Let's see here. It's very hard to read. Nope. It's 176441, which is a good sign. And the mark looks as though it says 14 with a C, so definitely foreign. Something is telling me on the seams, though, that it seems to be plated up in here. So there seems to be a gold plating, but look at that mounting. If that is gold, that's a magnificent cocktail ring. From the late 1940s in through the 1960s. Definitely foreign. I wish we could get in here and you could see all those numbers and the 14C over here. So really interesting to see that foreign countries were marking it like, 15 karat was marked 15 CT, not from the United States. Most of the time from, London, England, United Kingdom, sometimes Portugal, sometimes France, depending on the age of when it was produced. 14K on this, and then of course the 585. So I've covered that before, so it's marked 14 karat and 585. Look at that for blue topaz, 3-stone ring. That's gonna sell awfully quick. The price of gold today, I think by the airing of this video, I kind of checked it this morning before I went out to the flea market. I think it was at 13. Boy, that would have been years ago. It was at 3,330 or so, but it's been fluctuating quite a bit lately. 14 karat on this one. DC is the maker. That is also blue topaz. All of these need to be cleaned. So if it looks chalky, that's because there's like soap or, underneath. It's just dirty underneath, but that is solid 14 karat gold. And look at that modern mounting. How gorgeous from the 80s. Really cool asymmetrical that it makes the rectangular stone kind of lozenge shape with that little step down in gold. Really beautifully constructed. I should have been putting these on the fingers. See, that's why I brought them, so you didn't have to see them on my dried out hands with my chipped nail polish. Now look how professional I can be. This is like Home Shopping Club with Jason. So, this one's magnificent. And let me make sure this is gold because a lot of times these are plated. No, this is totally gold. It says the maker's mark is TK something 14K. And, it's made in the United States, which I love. And I love US gold, by the way. Look at this for a blue topaz. Oh, boy. Now that's a crazy expensive ring. She never wore it. There's the original tag. So unfortunately, she never got to enjoy it. but definitely a stunning mounting. Very heavy and thick gold on this. They did not scrimp on that at all. Wonderful channel set baguettes down the side, and then little diamonds framing that as well. Now that's a magnificent ring. That is a knockout. That is incredible. Boy, I feel very lucky already. You know, and it's so funny because I had another consignor that gave me a whole bunch of jewelry. And I called her and I told Jeremy in the background, I said, hey, can you play like slot machine noises? And he goes, oh dear God, now what? I said, no, just play slot machine noises. So I called her and I said, hey, and I had like him playing the thing and I said, hey, we got your money from the last sale. And you could hear like all the cha-chings in the background. And I said, do you want to bet on red or gold? Do you want to bet all your money on red or gold? And she calmly said, Jason, don't do this to me. And we laughed for 45 minutes, and I said, you could at least play it along. But we did really well with that first sale. And now we're on our like 15th sale for her, which I think we're having another one this coming Tuesday of the consignment from there. This says TK and then 14K. Now this one might be an aquamarine. It is that fantasy cut, so it's cabochon on the top and then carved from behind. It's extremely dirty. That needs to be cleaned like crazy. Once I get these cleaned up, I'll do preview video. But this is the epic extreme unboxing because I knew it was gonna be good. I just felt it. I mean, look at what I have already. How many thousands of dollars do I have just in rings so far? I don't even know what to say. And this is, this is a beauty. This is one that when I do my local shows, these always sell very quickly, very briskly. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Okay, so it is 14 karat. Look at that for a 1940s, 1950s retro. Look at that. An original from that time period. And look at the little rubies. Some say pink sapphire. I still say ruby. I don't need a lecture. Don't come for me. This is, I consider it ruby. You know, is it pink and considered a sapphire? Don't do it. This is still ruby to me. 14 karat gold. Absolutely stunning mounting. Look how chunky and heavy this is. And that's a stunning, stunning smoky quartz in the center. And back in the day, we were calling it smoky topaz. And I still sometimes, slip and say smoky topaz. And then someone goes, it's smoky quartz. And I go, keep your pants on. What I call it is beautiful. So let's put these back in. I hope that was quick enough. I'm 17 minutes in. Yes, it's not going well. So that would be, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 14 karat gold and 1 10 karat gold ring. So 9 14 karat gold and 1 10 karat gold ring. Unbelievable. I'm so excited. Let's see what else we got. I hope you're going to stay with me. I don't want to lose anybody. I'm going to pedal a little bit faster. Actually, I'm not because this goes, wait, let's see. This goes all the way. You guys, we're never going to get through this today. I'm going to get as far as I can within 30 minutes. Let's go. So let's see what this is. Red velvet, and this is $34 retail, so that's silver plated, and it says it's turquoise. I think that is not. That looks acrylic. And there goes an ambulance. A busy day on my street. I guess I should have paused so we didn't have to hear all the ruckus in the background. This is Reed and Barton, I think. I've had these before. Yep, Reed and Barton pewter, like a little seashell. Very cool with its original pouch. I am always excited to see someone's taste in jewelry. I've always been, when I've done these estate sales, I've always been, oh, there's some loose pearls in here. Darn it. Oh, well, that's okay. Now, there's some tangles. So, if you want me to untangle these on video, I will. There could be some gold chains in this tangle because, unfortunately, I don't want to go too far because this end is loose, and there are loose pearls now. See, there's 2 getaways. So there's 2 little I'm leaving. No, you're not. So, but this is probably some sort of silver or gold tangled. So I'll get into that and get that cleaned up. Anyways, but I've always been fascinated by what people collect and the style of what people would go for. These are, maybe that one's not plated. No, this is costume pearls. I'll double check, but those look all costume. And I've often told you to check them really quick. Don't rub them on your teeth. There's no reason to do that. Just take the 2 pearls and rub them together. If you feel resistance, those are real pearls. If you don't and it's smooth, these are very, very smooth. There's no resistance. They're very slippery. These are faux pearls. So those are just synthetic. You don't have to rub them on your teeth. And let's take a look at these with the fancier clasp. Let's take a little, nope, see, very, very smooth. There's no resistance. They don't feel like a little bit of sandpaper or like abrasive. Those are just smooth as glass. And those are glass pearls, actually. So let's put those out of the way. Oh, what is this, baby? Oh my God. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We have another winner. Sorry to scream in your face, but check it out. Absolutely fabulous. That's Mexican silver at its best. Let's flip this over. Let's look for a mark. There we go. There it is. Let me take a quick peek before I show you. And Mexico, TC254925. So there we go, sterling silver. And look at that great buckle. So this would lift up. I've had these before. Let me make sure I do it right. So this lifts up to release this. And then the buckle is just like a normal buckle. Isn't that absolutely exquisite? I wish you guys, you ladies and gentlemen out there, I wish you could feel the weight of this. Very, very, very heavy and solid sterling silver. Hopefully you're getting a really good view of that. Look how thick the metal is, but how beautifully it lays down. Let's put this on a neck form. Let's sneak under here. Let's put this on a neck form and see what we've got. Oh my, my. You know how I would wear it? I would wear it that way. I would wear the buckle to the side. But that's the way I would fashion this. Someone did ask me, and quite a few people, or you could wear it in the front. They said to me, could you please do a video on how you wear your jewelry? And I go, well, like a Christmas tree. Like just pile it on. And they said, no, do a video. But look at that. How the width in the front would look great if this is in the back of the necklace. I just think it reads better just like there. That's the way I would choose to wear this. But again, you know, my fashion sense is non-existent. I just did what I wanted to do. Boy, is that incredible. And look at the Mexican signature. Solid sterling silver, wonderful construction. And think about the ingenuity of design. How they had to graduate the size of these links, and then they're hidden. So there's a pin. There's like a pin mechanism that runs halfway down the links, and they're all pinned together. Can you imagine soldering that together and not freezing these links together? So fluid, so fantastic. I could talk about that for another hour. That is incredible. All right, now we're gonna get into, let's at least do 2 more boxes. Let's at least, oh, this is sterling. This is Bell Trading Post. Oh, this looks like costume. Hold on. Thanks. Oh, nope, not costume on these. Nope. Oh, nope. Gotta slow down. These are amethyst beads. Holy amethyst. Let's see if that's gold-filled clasp. Give me a moment, please. Let's see here. Yep, signed. These clasps, just so you know, these are normally gold. They're signed here, like in between the 2 layers right there, or they're signed on this little hook. So the gold ones are usually signed right here on that hook. Got it? This one is signed here, right in here, and it's gold filled. So that's a gold filled clasp. Not like it much matters, but look at the quality of these amethysts. I just sold, I sold a strand that was in my collection, and I said I'd never sell them, and I did. And now, maybe, just maybe, I will buy these from the consignor and just say, am I allowed to buy those? Because I regretted selling my strand. But I don't need them. So these are probably going to come to a Bully Run sale as well. But boy, those are beautiful. And when people ask me, how do you know they're gem grade amethyst or gem amethyst? See the inclusions in there? See the little fingerprints and the little fissures, the little cracks, the little imperfections, and that variance of color. That's the way you know that you're into gemstone beads. Another thing is, these are freezing cold. Soon as I touched them, they're freezing cold. They're absolutely stone. Glass will sometimes be a little cold, but it warms up very quickly. When you're around gemstones for 30 years, you just kind of know as soon as you see them. Also, did you notice the faceted luster on these? How gorgeous the faceting is on these. They blink at you. They're blinking from across the room. They have that internal flash and effervescent. You don't get that with glass beads. You might get it with crystal beads, but they don't usually do it in this amethyst color. And the gradation of size is magnificent. Very large for its age. I would date this to the could be 1940s, 1950s. More than likely not into the 1950s, but really stunning beads. And then let's see if we have anything else in the bead department. This is lucite, and this is gemstone. Let's pull these out. Now we've got them all tangled up. Thanks again for staying with me, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, you're so good to me. You really, really are. And I hope you're loving this extreme unboxing. These are lapis. These are lapis. And some would say, well, aren't they sodalite? And I would say, no. I said they're lapis. So these are lapis. And then this is lucite. And this is lucite. These are pink moon glow lucite. Very short strand. So when we sell that, we'll probably do a big costume lot. And then this is that Bell Trading Post, another one. The eagle, that's nickel silver. This might be sterling. Let me take a quick look. Let me get these amethysts back in here. Wow, what an unboxing. I will say, I never know what to expect when a box comes in, and it's a little unnerving to do, quote, a live unboxing, even as a pre-recorded, because to be honest, if it's not good, I could always delete it, but I don't like deleting my videos. I don't have the time, and you all know that. You all say you're already too busy. This is Mexican sterling, absolutely correct. This is a date from the 1980s, 1990s. It's a rigid collar, and then that is optic glass. So that is absolutely optic glass with that kind of faux star sapphire chatoyance. And boy, am I far away from the camera today, but this is the best I could do to show you a genuine unboxing. Rather than just going over to the light box and feeding all the pieces in, this is the real deal. This is, and I guess why, I don't know, because some people overreact when they do an unboxing and they go, oh my God, and they start going bonkers. And I'm like, I am very excited, but you have to understand, I've been used to this for a long time. Acrylic and gold plated. So not a nothing, but it's just costume. There's nothing wrong with it. This is liquid silver, sterling silver. There's the little cone style clasps and that classic Navajo hook. Really beautiful though, very long strand in really good condition. This is the perfect strand for a pendant. A lot of times liquid silver, you really can't get pendants on them because they get wide and they're kind of notable by themselves and they don't need a pendant. This is sterling as well. This appears to be either onyx or obsidian. That is onyx. Solid sterling silver pendant and omega style chain. Really beautiful, in wonderful condition. I think why I appreciate such collections is the diversity. We went from gold to sterling to costume. It kind of covers all bases. American, Native American, Mexican so far. Really well thought out collection and in stunning condition as well. A lot of times when collections come in, I have a lot of work to do, and a lot of people have asked, we would like to consign, and I've said to Jeremy, we have so much to sell on our own that we're being very kind of selective with what comes in. This is costume, and beautiful. I need to take a drink break. Here, let me pause you guys while I take a drink. Give me one sec. Refreshed and ready to go. It is difficult to talk for 30 minutes without a drink. This is Trifari. I've had it before. Clamper style bracelet, gold plated, crown Trifari. Signed on the inside somewhere, I'm sure. There we go. Right down in there. Really beautiful condition. These gold tone, they only go for like 20 now. They used to go for a little bit more, but now they're down a little bit. I know we are never going to get through. We're never going to get through this. I just opened this one, so let's just do it. I do not know what we've got going on here. And I'm going to have to call it in a couple minutes because I really do I really do need to go get some things done. But what I will do is I will air the second episode of this, and I'll air them back to back, if that's okay with all of you. I'm sure that it is. I can already sense you're like, Jason, go get your work done. All right, so there's this for Scrimshaw, probably gold filled. And then there is, oh, let's just end on this one. What do we've got going on? So this tag went to something. So that was a 14 karat gold slide of some sort. Don't know where that would be. Oh, maybe it's this one. Wow. Okay, so let's look at this. This came in from a retail, probably, let's see here if this is gold. Oh, it is. So this is really cool. Okay, so this is solid 14 karat gold. Those are CZ. They look like diamond, but those are CZ. Signed right here, 14 karat. This is an enhancer that opens, and then this folds down, and there's the bail. So you can put it on a wide omega, you could put it on a strand of beads or a strand of pearls, and then clip this down. This, what a deal. Back in the day, this was compared at $100. This was $69.99, and then it's marked down to, is that $25? That can't be, but there we go. Wow, she was ahead of her time. So there you go, it was that much. Now, I have talked about when I went to retail, I'm gonna get a gram weight on this. Watch me go. I should have gotten gram weights on those rings. Let's see here. So this is, let's let the scale warm up. This should be about 2 something grams. That is, looks like 2.1. I was close. Let's do it one more time. I always check 3 times. 2.1 grams. And yeah, the stones weigh something, but boy, just in gold, that's $100 all day long. 14 karat gold. So that is a really beautiful, beautiful channel set stones too. That's a win. And then I guess these are just little turquoise earrings, screwbacks. These are probably older, I would imagine, because the color of the turquoise, very beautiful for screwbacks. Let's take a look at this. Sometimes these are gold filled, sometimes they are 14 karat. I can't tell you how many times I've bought these and they've been 14 karat gold and people sell them as gold filled. This color of the metal looks gold filled. And when you see this little hang tag, where did it go? There it is. There's the hang tag. That's probably signed that it is gold filled. Let's take a look at that. And we're going to call it after this. Yep, it says Burt 1/20th 12 karat Cassell. So there you go. And these are genuine scarabs. These are genuine stone. So these are all genuine stone. Look at that rhodochrosite one. And these are scarabs, carnelian, really gorgeous. And like a green onyx, absolutely stunning. And unakite, an older unakite. So the blue is chalcedony. There you go. All right, I think we're going to call it there. What I am going to do is I want to thank all of you so much for coming in. This epic unboxing is going to continue. So I'll get into this, and I promise you, it's only going to be one more video, but let's take a quick peek. Let's take a quick look. Oh, there's some silver in there. And all right, you have to come back. You have to come back. Oh, you gotta come back. All right, so we'll get into all of this in the next video. Hopefully I won't drone on too much in the intro. Thank you so much for joining in. Please go forth with peace and kindness today. I really appreciate your attention. Again, 90% of these items are gonna come to the Bully Run sale. Thank you so, so much. And I really do appreciate your time. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take it easy. I love you, because I do. Bye-bye.